Hey, welcome to Pod of Mercy. I am your host, Longhair Linda, and today's special guest co-hosts are...
Gringo.
I'm Kelly, and I'm Gringo's fiancée.
Gringo's fiancée. Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Gringo was a bit nervous before we started this. He was like,
I felt like I'm under interrogation.
He's never nervous for anything.
No comment.
Just no comment on everything.
You two put suits on, so it's like solicitors. No, no comment.
No.
Wait, so would Kelly be like your representative and I'm trying to put you in prison or something?
Most probably.
Why have I got to be the prosecutor?
You stood on that side of the desk. And you stood up.
Right, okay, so Gringo, you mentioned you've been in the room when I've recorded as well,
yes.
So you know the format that we usually start with a rapid fire round.
Okay.
Now, because we've got two guest co-hosts today, what I'm thinking is instead of 10 questions in 45 seconds, we're going to do 10 questions in 90 seconds and you both have to answer.
At the same
question, but you guys will answer. So one will go first, the other one will go second.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm going to give you double time just to make it fairer.
Okay.
Now, if you get it in under 90 seconds, then obviously you beat me. But if it goes over, there's no consequences. It just means that either I win or you win.
Yeah, so you answer first. You answer first, and then I'll answer mine.
So see who the boss is. Okay.
So who's going to go? Who am I expecting?
I'll go first.
You'll go first and then Kelly.
Yeah, mine.
Okay. Bear with me and let me get my timer together. Hang on a second. Okay. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You don't sound confident. Do you reckon you'll do it in 90 seconds?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And go. Say the first word that comes to your mind right now.
Apple.
Bowl.
First thing you do when you wake up.
Shower.
Get the baby ready.
Restaurant or takeaway?
Takeaway.
Restaurant.
FIFA or Pro Evolution Soccer?
Pro Evo.
Pro Evo.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
First thing you do when you wake up. Wait, I've done that twice. Hang on.
Shower again.
Oh.
Shower again. Forget that one. Favorite musician?
Ooh, Bison Briggs.
No, Bison.
That's not right.
Okay. First celebrity crush?
Jessica Alba.
Tomato.
Biggest addiction?
Past or present?
Right now?
Cocaine and alcohol.
Chocolate.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility. That sounds easy.
I can fly.
Okay, well, since I messed up one question, I'm going to give you a little bit extra time to answer this one.
Why have we run out?
Favourite meal?
Ooh. Probably don't.
5.
Touche.
Nice, you did it. I'm going to give you that one because I messed it up, so I gave you an extra 5 seconds.
I heard that Nick was moaning about getting 45 seconds. We got 90, so is that special treatment?
No, well, there's 2 of you, so it makes sense. If I'm getting 2 sets of answers, that I should give you more time. I don't like Nick, if I'm honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm only joking, Nick. Please don't go crazy.
Oh, friends.
Yes.
Friends. Is that an in-between?
Podcast friends.
Podcast friends. I love that. Okay, guys. So, I didn't really know what to do with this episode, and Gringo had a great idea the other day, and was like, "Why don't we talk about the way you guys met, your long distance relationship to begin with, how you managed to get Kelly?" So everyone's confused, mate.
I know, I have gone a bit low on the standards this time, haven't I?
Shut up. You chased me.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a good story. So basically, I met Kelly in Thailand. We was both in a kickboxing camp.
Okay.
She used to batter me, really, didn't you?
Yeah.
Who's Italian, yeah?
Obviously me.
I'm harder than most girls my age.
Okay.
But so then Kelly moved over to England.
2 seconds, hang on, you've gone too fast.
Yeah.
When did you move to Thailand? Or were you visiting?
So
how was that?
We was visiting, but I was there for a few months. And
I was on my own.
so was Kelly, and then obviously when she met me, she just fell in love.
No, that is not the start.
What was your version of events?
So I went there for time for the Muay Thai kickboxing. He did the same. He went on his own, so we met each other at the Muay Thai camp. So how it started, we just hang, like, chill, and was friends first, but
And you were
fell in love
both
with
on your own in Thailand.
Yes.
In terms of you didn't go with that, you didn't travel with anyone.
No, on my own. You did on your own.
Okay.
You did fall in love with me.
I went to one.
Yeah. So yeah, we just started as friends first, like doing activities, go to cinema, and then one day you decided to ask me to be a girlfriend.
Yeah, after too much beer. What was I going to say? Yeah.
Oh, cute. So how long were you together in Thailand? In total?
It's like knowing each other, or as a couple?
knowing each other just from the
1.5 months, I would say.
Did you fall in love?
At the end, yeah.
Was you crying when you was leaving to the airport?
Yeah, I left first because obviously I had to go back to Holland.
Okay.
He stayed. I went first, but yeah, I did cry a bit when I left.
You left for Holland, so you left
first.
first.
I went back to Holland.
And when did you leave for...
About a month afterwards, a month or two afterwards. Sorry, that's our baby crying in the background. We just had a baby, but we'll get to that.
That's the beautiful bow, but we'll get there. So, okay, so then you left for Manchester. How long after she left?
What do you reckon? A month or so.
Yeah, a month.
Okay.
I would say a month.
And then she was just bombarding me one week.
No.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right.
So she's going to kill me and eat me.
Everybody knows the story, so you don't have to ask.
Yeah, carry on.
So then what happened? So now you're in Holland. You're in Manchester.
Yes.
You guys are still talking to each other.
Yeah, we were still dating, but obviously it's not too far, Holland, Manchester, so it's only 1.5 hours with the plane.
Basically, where Kelly's from in Holland, yeah, it's like where the royal family's from in Holland, it's The Hague. It's like where the royal family's from there, it's like where the parliament is, it's lovely. But I sold her a dream saying, move to Manchester, Salford. It's like sunny every day. It's amazing. And
We got a beach.
Yeah, so I told her we got a beach in Salford, everything. So I was like, move to Salford, forget Holland. Come here, it's glamorous. And then you did move here, didn't you?
So hang on, was there ever a discussion of who would move where?
No, not really, because every 3 weeks he will go to Holland or I will visit him in Manchester. Obviously,
wow, okay.
I didn't, because when I came over, he showed me the nice places, so I was like, oh, I could live there. I
told you a dream.
Yeah, so I was telling Jay, I could live here because I think it would be easier because I can speak English and that's the first language here. Mm-hmm. But if you move to Holland, everybody will speak Dutch and you will struggle more than if I go to England. So it's a bit easier if I would move to Manchester.
At the time, I had a job as well, didn't I? I was working for my dad.
Yeah.
So at the time, even though at the time,
and I was working in bars and restaurants. So for me, it's easier for I told him that I can get a job in a bar or in a restaurant here as well. So I think it's easier for me to move over.
Or did you get a job in a bar or a restaurant?
No, at the end, but we will later. No, at the end, I did not.
So how long were you doing this for? With you being in 2 different places and seeing each other every 3 weeks or so?
I would say 4 months because I moved over the end of March.
Yeah.
You came back in December.
So this is 2 years ago.
Yeah, for 4 months, I would say long distance relationship for 4 months.
And let me ask you this, honestly, were you both exclusive in the 4 months?
Yeah.
So you were just completely.
We was kind of together from Thailand,
right?
Because we was both going. I was driving to see her because if you leave my mum's house in Manchester and get to her mum's, it always takes 8 hours driving.
Okay.
So we was going over quite a lot to see each other, so we was kind of together from when we were in Thailand.
And FaceTiming all the time.
More joking.
So let me ask you this then: when did you know that you loved Gringo?
Oh, do you know?
Still on the even now. I'm joking.
Maybe first question should be: do you love Gringo? And if you do, when did you know that you felt that?
I mean, I think I lost him when I was in Thailand, but I'm not really realizing
Did you think you'd see me again? When you left Thailand, did you honestly think you'd see me again?
I was hoping to see you again, but obviously because we both was on holiday, I'm living he lived in the UK, so there was a chance that we won't see each other after that. So
people were saying to me, "Where's Kelly?" I was like, "Who?"
It's hard. No.
And what about you? Same question. When did you realise that, oh shit, I actually love this girl?
Do you know what? I actually feel like I love Kelly. I know this sounds proper cliche and
Go on, do it.
right? Won't get too deep into the story. However, I loved her straight away.
Nice.
But the thing is, it was a strange situation. We met so for a long, because we was in the class together and we were just friends. Like usually, if you meet someone, you put pressure on with dating, and you know it's all. You never actually become friends before you date. So you date each other, you're attracted to each other, but you never actually know what each other's like. So you're like in a relationship before you become friends, aren't you? Whereas when I met Kelly, for a long time, I was spending all day, every day on a moped in Thailand, driving around the jungles, fighting in the daytimes, all day, every day together for 6 weeks, but just as friends, like never anything. There was never anything there. There was never no pressure on it. We was just mates. And I think from the first time I met her, you was kind of seeing someone else when you're.
Yeah.
If you like to tell, and somebody.
Like I was single. I went there. Like I had a relationship before, but when I went to Thailand, I was single.
Right.
Obviously.
And it was somebody I knew.
Yeah.
So.
How did you?
I only knew him from the camp.
Oh, okay. So the person you were seeing was in Thailand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't in a relationship.
Right.
Like,
No, you just dated.
But we was all there for ages, and so the thing is that kind of helped us become friends and not being because I never approached Kelly to try and chat her up.
Yeah.
You know.
So it was more a case of like, oh, here's someone that we like the same things. Let's just hang out, rather than the whole pressure.
So we just chilled for 6 weeks together all day, every day, weren't we?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, literally, like, you'd wake up, go to the camp together, then go and drive around the jungle all day and go to different beaches and then
not thinking about it,
together.
not thinking,
Do you think that helped you guys? Because it sounds like
I think so.
I did do, because even though it's a bad situation that I know you were seeing somebody else when I met you, in the long run it helped our relationship because we was friends. Even though it was only 6 weeks, it was an intense 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, because you were together, I knew a lot about her.
Especially if you're somewhere abroad, I find that those friendships kind of happen very quickly.
Yeah. The thing is, because in the past, I never really my boyfriends, I never really had a friendship before. So most of the time it's like flirting and then start dating straight away. But because we started as friends, you see more of each other. And
so
if you
actually like each other.
Yeah.
No, but we did like that. So we started as friends. We done it back to front. So we started as friends, then got in a relationship, and now we hate her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So.
Actually sounds like most relationships. The hate bit afterwards.
Now I'm just like, what? And like, shut it, having fights. You used to be sound though, you.
You too.
I'm gonna break down in a minute.
All right, so you both clearly have a lot of love for each other. So then now you're talking about you need to move over here to Manchester. What was that process like? Did you have to pack up too much or?
Not really, because it's still in Europe. So I had to do a lot of things. I just need to apply for a national insurance number. Is that like?
Yes, I don't know what it'll be like after we leave the European Union.
Well, we've left, mate. I hate to break it to you.
No, we're not left though, because it's not sorted.
We've left.
When?
31st of January, we're out.
Oh, well,
yeah.
No way. Well, if I didn't know I'd be doing the shop, I'm not.
You've been in the shop.
Probably zombies in the tax and everything, and I've just been like working in the shop.
I
didn't know we left.
We left.
Oh.
But it wasn't it was not hard to just move over here. It's close. But after a while, I was just a bit struggling.
All she had to do was move here and just apply for national insurance.
Yeah.
That was it.
The only thing is I left everything, obviously, my friends, family, everything.
That was going to be it. So what was that like, that process of kind of you having to leave everyone behind? Because I'm guessing the only person you knew here was Gringo.
Yeah.
So what was that like?
I was struggling a bit, to be honest, the first few months, because when I went to see him, just to visit him before, it's just different, and you just go there, you go back home.
You see just nice places, like every day I'll take you to somewhere, a fancy restaurant, and it is in a way selling a dream, isn't it?
So when I moved here, it's just, I just know him, don't have my own friends, not my own family, and obviously, because in Holland, everybody's on the bike, I had the moped, so I was driving the moped, I wasn't driving the car.
You had a what?
Just Don't even start. So I never drove the car a lot. So when I came here, everything's different as well. We drive at the right side of the road. In England is the left side. So I was a bit scared to drive the car. So I couldn't go out the house like a lot.
How did you cope with that? Like, did it help? Did you get a job and then that helped, or what did you do?
The first few months I didn't because in Holland I work in restaurants, bars, or whatever. So it's like a nightlife. You work at night and you just finish work like 2 o'clock at night. So I didn't want that life anymore. Obviously, he worked like for his dad at that moment, and he finished by 3-4 o'clock, and I wanted a job that also finished at 3 or 4 o'clock.
So then is this how you ended up working in scaffolding?
Yeah.
So at one point, she actually begged me for that job.
I begged Jay and I begged Gringo. Is that like, can I work in the yard? Is that on-site scaffolding?
And everyone was like, no, it'll be strange.
No, never.
Like, not being sexist, it's just that carrying big, massive metal tubes around and loading wagons is not a job.
Yeah, I didn't understand, but I said I don't mind, and I think I can do it. Everybody was like, no, you can't do it. So it's like, I will show you. First wasn't, and then. So
I had to carry in the biggest tube. I just sit in my forklift, like watching. I go, see them tube there? Just carry them to the other yard.
Like, did you do it?
Yeah, I did.
And she used to get dead angry with me all the time.
I did impress a lot of people.
Yeah, you did.
I did it. Yeah, I did it. I worked in the.
And then she had to go home, tidy our house, cook my food.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I was carrying tubes with him.
Yeah. I just had supervisors like, just do that.
He don't do anything in the house.
Nothing.
I've
only changed the baby once.
He don't do anything. Nothing.
I would have killed him by now.
He don't even have to like make his own drink.
Of course I do, play the PlayStation.
Oh yeah, right.
I just go out to a drink.
Like, get a drink.
Sometimes I even say straw and put my mouth on.
I'm not even joking.
I have to shower myself in that.
I'm actually more impressed that you put up with this than picking up the big tube.
No, but I do the gardens sometimes, don't I?
I mean, like, do the grass and stuff.
Anything outside the house is my job, so
but daily basis, like dishwashing, doing the wash, cooking, everything.
So let me get this straight. So you're both now working for Gringo's dad's company, right?
At that point.
At that point. And then you're both picking up heavy shit and doing manual labour.
The boss in the yard, so I didn't pick up.
So you didn't do anything.
What I did
so basically,
Kelly got that.
Let me get this straight. So you both wake up in the morning,
right?
You make everything in the morning, all the breakfast and everything, get you both fed. You do nothing but get yourself dressed, right?
I have to shower myself.
Shower yourself and get yourself dressed.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. Then you go to work, working at the same place.
Yeah.
Kelly then picks up all the heavy shit. Gringo, surprise, is doing
I'm
nothing.
top of the food chain though, that's why.
So he's also doing nothing. AKA, right?
He sits.
And then you guys finish at what, 3-4 o'clock?
Yeah.
In the afternoon, and then you both go home, and guess who's still doing nothing?
Yeah, I'm still supervising in my house.
So is still top of the food chain.
Yeah, but I run a tight ship in my house.
Do you?
Yeah, I run a tight ship.
Do you run the ship, or do you sit and just look at everything?
No, you don't do shit.
I don't. I can't supervise, so I just go like upstairs and do everything. I'm hungry, drink.
He comes home, his socks is like there, like one on the stairs, one on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have put them fucking socks in your mouth and told you to get yourself together. If
Bob, can we just have the point now? She has punched me in the face a few times with a Ashuranya.
I'm not surprised.
She tells us how nice she is, when she's in a bad mood. I've been punched from clean on in the face.
Yeah.
But
obviously, disclaimer, I'm not promoting violence or domestic violence in any way, shape or form, but fucking hell, mate.
Well, if you're a police officer listening, help. Help.
I did have
this is a sign. She threw me down the stairs like Coronation Street. By the ear, twist the ear, throw me down the stairs.
No, I did punch him a few times in the face.
That's when she was pregnant. She was absolutely insane.
Yeah.
No, she was hormonal. You don't use the word insane for a pregnant woman.
And
do you know what? She was making an entire human being in her body.
I was scared. I had to sleep.
You should have been scared.
You
should
wouldn't
be
have
scared
punched
now.
your face if he was not winding me up all the time. Everybody that knows Gringo, he's the best in winding people up. Don't wind a pregnant woman up. No.
Absolutely not.
So, yeah.
All right. So, crazy wind-ups and not doing anything aside. So now what happens next? So now you're working at the scaffolding together.
Well, let me just, I need to add a point. So when she moves over to England the first day, yeah. So my mum, she's very good friends with my mum, Kelly. So I'm sat on the couch playing PlayStation, whatever. She said, your mum's picking me up. So she's been in England for 2 days, proper moved there. Right, so I said, Kel, watch out for the crocodiles and the alligators. So she's gone, what? So I said, on the side of the road in England, you walk down the road and there's crocodiles and alligators, but if you don't stroke them and stay away from them, they'll leave you alone. She's like, what do you mean? I said, just stay away from them, don't go near them, just leave them. She's like, oh, okay.
Did you believe him?
Yeah. I googled it.
Do you Google it?
They're saying there's big crocodiles everywhere in Manchester.
So I was like, no, you fucking lying.
So she was like, oh, okay.
But I was like, is it true?
Another one. We sat watching the news one day and they said, there's some storm coming to England, which was like a few waves hitting the beach. So I said, I can't believe it. She's gone, what? I said, tornadoes this weekend. She's like, what do you mean? I said, in Manchester we have really bad tornadoes.
You're the worst.
I said, like, it rips all Manchester apart. And we're watching this storm warning on the thing and said, there's supposed to be loads of tornadoes there this week. She's like, really? Tornadoes? Yeah, we've all got to get in the basement, right? In Manchester.
Yeah, a bit like, nah, I don't believe you because you made the story a bit.
You was trying to avoid alligators in Manchester.
But at first, tornadoes was like,
Did you go too far with the troll and so then you were like, no,
yeah, I was like, nah, that's not true.
Yeah.
I've had you on a few good ones,
Alright, so somehow you still managed to stay with him through all of this.
A lot of people
And then tell me what then happened. So you guys are now working together, the scaffolding.
Yeah, she's thick as well. Could have just had that.
No, I'm not.
So I'm not saying all girls are stupid. What I'm saying is my girl is stupid.
I'm not stupid.
I'm saying is my girl's stupid. Yeah.
Don't listen to him.
Right,
I'm not stupid. I'm just not
the sharpest tool.
No, I'm not from here.
So for example, we're working in the yard one day.
Okay.
Right, there's a big pile of boards on the floor, scaffolding boards. So I've gone, Kelly, do me a favour, help me pick these up and stand them up. Yeah.
Then to the wall.
Stand them on the wall.
Okay.
Right, so basically you pick a scaffolding board up, stand it against the wall.
Okay.
So I walked over, gone, Kelly, help me. So I'm picking these little boards up, and then she's come over and started picking them up with me. So I've gone, stand them against the wall. But half of them, just said, go and stand them against the wall. Okay. So I turned around, and Kelly stood against the wall. So I said, what are you doing?
So just to be clear, she's standing and facing the wall.
Yeah, so I said, what are you doing? She said, you said stand against the wall. So I said, not you, the board, the scaffolding board.
Why did you think
I thought you meant stand against the wall, so I was like, alright.
I said, stand them against the wall, but just like, thinking you know what I mean.
We're going to put that down to a language barrier, then we'll just say that it was it.
Well, I turned around and think, where's she gone? We're picking these up. And she stood against the wall.
So I was like, you told me to stand against the wall. I was like, not you, the board.
So yeah, what I'm saying is not all girls are stupid, but my girl is.
No, I always tell him, if you was Dutch as well, you will know how.
If you said that sentence in Dutch, then you would also be.
If a Dutch person asked me to stand against the wall, not a chance.
Yeah, but it's not just a Dutch person. It's somebody that you're working with, somebody you're in a relationship with. Said, go stand against the wall. You just go, all right. You go stand there, not realizing. I'm doing my best. I wouldn't personally. I don't know what you were thinking.
When she worked in the scaffolding yard with me, we had this kid working with us who was like labouring. He was like 16, little Wes.
Yeah.
And there's like a tree in the scaffolding yard that's like 60 foot tall, like 5 foot wide. So I've said, Kelly, watch this. So I shouted to Wes. I said, Wes, see that tree there? He's gone, yeah, but it's a huge, massive tree. I've said, it's rotten. So go and shake the tree and you'll be able to shake it out and pull it out.
So tight a kid.
So the kid's hugging the tree, trying to shake it that hard, but the tree is 60 foot tall and it's as wide as a car. And I'm shouting from the other side of the yard like I'm being serious, just shake it. And he's trying to shake a tree down.
You couldn't his face there.
So all he did is make jokes every day.
But he just thought like, I just do it because...
I think because you say it with like, not necessarily a straight face, but you say it like you mean it. And so I think people just go,
yeah, but
I was shouting, hurry up, and she just shake it. Well, it's like the size of it's taller than a house and as wide as a car.
Tying it.
So all we did is make jokes on each other all day, so it was actually quite funny, wasn't it?
So that would be my next question. So if you're working together and then you go home and you're spending time, did it feel like too much time at any moment?
Sometimes we fight.
It felt like too much time the second you moved to England. Then as soon as you got off the plane, I was like, what have I done?
What is going on here?
I still can go back to Holland, is that what you mean?
Oh.
Can we break up live on the podcast now?
She called your bluff.
Alright. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to move on past this. But seriously, did you have so if you had an argument at home, would that carry on at work and vice versa? Like if you had an argument at work, would then you bring it home?
Yeah, because it's not like we're working in the office, do you know what I mean? We're outside and it's not, if you was working in an office, obviously you can't really fight each other, still fighting in work, but because we was outside in the yard, I don't really have to be with him in the same room, so I could be in the other side of the yard and he could be in the wood yard, so carry on.
And you are a bit of a psychopath,
I could be,
Nice.
Yeah.
But then we both retired anyway, sort of.
You first?
I went to Thailand because for a long time I had an addiction to cocaine.
Okay.
So I tried to kind of run away when I went there. I weren't going there. Even though I did go with all the best intentions to go over there and fight, which I went successfully for a month, and then partied in Thailand for a lot of the time. And then when I was in Thailand, I thought, I've got to stop. I was trying for a long time to stop taking drugs. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't take drugs every day. It's just every weekend I'd go out and take cocaine, and it was
just when you went out, you had
a when I go out and have a drink, I can't go home. So I thought I need to stop. So then after I come back from Thailand, pretty much straight away I found Narcotics Anonymous, and I was going to a lot of meetings.
Nice.
So I was still at that time, but when Kelly first moved here, I was sober for 99% of the time, but I was doing 2 months sober and fucking up, wasn't I?
Just to think, what you was doing, you was trying to see if you could have a drink without the drug. You was trying to see.
Basically, I've never took a drug in my life when I was sober, so I'd always drink and then take cocaine.
Right.
So when I was desperate to stop taking cocaine because it got too much, and it was ruining my life for a long time. So, but then I always had this thing in the back of my head thinking that
I can do this.
I can still have a little drink, and be normal. But I'm like, have you ever seen Gremlins, the film?
Oh, a long time ago.
When they get wet and they go mad.
Oh, yeah.
So if you put a beard in me, then
I
just had
it did
it's like an allergic reaction. My voice changes.
Different person.
I'm like Patricia, speaking a different voice and everything. So I'm a completely different person with a substance in me. So when Kelly moved over, I was winning my battle, but I'd still have the odd relapse, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
And I can't. But don't get me wrong, I've been clean for a long time now.
Nice.
But what was the point? Where did it all come from? I'm boring me out.
You're not boring.
Where did it all come from? What was the start of that?
Why he was retiring first in the yard and why.
Oh yeah, so at that point I was working at the company, and obviously I went from managing the company to working in the office to working in the yard, and I was steadily getting demoted because I've become more of a
liability.
Yeah, a liability than worth anything. Even though I knew how to do everything, nobody could depend on me because I could have a big meeting on Monday and then disappear for 5 days, and it was just it kept repeating for years. So a lot of people, for a long time in my life I got in trouble, and then when I tried to start my life out, when I realised I'm sick of going to prison, or I'm sick of getting arrested and sick of doing all that daft stuff, I wanted to sort my life out and get a proper job.
Right.
However, I still had my drug addiction that I couldn't run away from. So no matter how much I tried, it was snakes and ladders every day.
Yeah.
So I'd always do so well and then just bring it all down in flames.
What was the final scene of it?
So at one point we're just working together, but the main thing is because he is working for his family, a lot of stress, you know. Like if you work for your own parents, you argue a lot. So at one point you found out that's a lot of stress working for family, so he needed to step back a bit. Yeah. So he stopped working in the yard and tried to see if he can do something else. So he will be less stressed. So if he's less stressed,
and to be fair, like I'm over 6 months sober now. And the thing is you see, I'm over 6 months sober now. However, I've not had. I reckon I've drank twice or 3 times in 2 years, haven't I? It's just that I fucked up. Do you get me? Do you know why? Whereas I'm only 6 months sober now. The thing is I've actually in over the 2 years. I've actually been clean. It's just that I've fell off the wagon twice. So I've been my life. I'm used to my life now without it. So at first I struggled because my whole life revolved around training all week, getting smashed on a Friday, staying up till Sunday, and I was successful at that as a kid. But then as I got older, I was always like still the last person up, and everyone would think, oh, it's funny Gringo, isn't it? But it weren't funny for me when I was still sat up taking drugs on my own, and my life was falling apart. So I had to change it, and you know, now I'm used to living my life without, because even though I'm 6 months clean from substances, but in 2 years I've actually been clean for the majority of that time.
Yeah, so you've got
used to a routine.
Yes.
I'm used to a Friday that I don't drink, so it's a lot easier now.
To not fall back into
because it was hard to break the cycle, but now I don't even think about it. Like people can drink around me,
and you're fine.
And it just doesn't even bother me. At first it did.
So when was it that you actually then retired or took a step back and?
Shortly after Christmas, not this Christmas, the other Christmas.
Like a year to a year, so
Christmas-ish.
Yeah. So I continue working in the yard.
How long did you stay?
I stayed quite a long time.
On her own, so she was just working with all the old men.
I was even pregnant working in the yard.
Wow.
So I was until 7 months pregnant still working in the yard.
And then she had to get home and tidy my house.
Unbelievable. In that time, what were you then doing? What did you move
bodybuilding.
On to do? Okay.
No, not pro bodybuilding. Just
he went to David Lloyd every morning.
David Lloyd in the morning, get a bit of breakfast, fly around and see people, just generally acting hard.
So you could have cleaned the house and made food for your wife, or your future wife that was in the yard, pregnant up till 7 months.
She likes it. She's my carer.
Right, I'm going to move on before I get annoyed. Right. So now fast forward to, of course, obviously we've talked about Bo and the fact that you were working when you were pregnant. How was the whole pregnancy experience? Did you struggle with it? Because obviously your friends and family are still in Holland.
I would say because my friends wasn't, I've not got my friends over here, was a bit, sad, actually.
You did get sad quite a lot of times, didn't you?
Yeah, because it's still a big thing, and if you're pregnant, you just want to surround with your girlfriends and everything. Yeah. But no.
So, for example, when Kelly left Holland, she had a leaving meal. And how many people was there when you had that meal? I couldn't get 5 people to come to my wedding. You know what I mean? I don't know many people, and I don't talk to many people, even though I know.
Just my life before, I told you as well, I had a really social life, a lot of friends.
She had 100 people or something to a meal, whereas I couldn't get 5.
And of course, because I was also working in restaurants and bars,
you network.
Always surrounded with people, and after work you go and have a drink. With your friends and everything. So coming from there here, pregnant, alone, no friends, it's kind of sad.
How did you cope? How long were you here before you got pregnant in Manchester?
A year, I would say. A year. Exactly a year.
In that time, were you able to kind of get any kind of a separate from Gringo and his friends and family?
No, not really, because when I got a job, it was still for his family. Yeah. So still the same area, still the same people. So the people that I get to know is his friends or his family. So I've not got my own side of friends.
And what about now? Is that different now?
No, not.
The thing is with Kel is you can't force a friendship. So, for example, if I take Kelly out with one of my friends' girlfriends, not that she don't like him, it's you can't force them to be friends.
No, of course not,
so in an ideal world, I go, oh yeah, my friends' girlfriends, and they'd all be friends, but it's too forced, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I used to meet my own friends, but because I've not worked somewhere else, I've not had the chance to meet other people. But if I would, would like work somewhere else, I would have made my own friends. If I was working in a traffic centre, for example, like in a clothes shop, I would have made my own people. Like
I think it's harder, like when you're an adult as well, because I think like when you're in school or college
you just
or whatever,
know people from the past.
Every year you meet new people as well. You're in classes and you're forced in situations where you have to hang out, so you make friends like nothing. Then you become an adult and you're just like, how do I even talk to people?
And the thing is, I've got my friends. The thing is, I've got my friends, but they're not here.
They're far,
they're not here. They are in Holland, and
Why don't you go back to Holland?
All right.
Leave the baby on.
No, I'm definitely not leaving the baby.
You've only changed a nappy once and you wanted to leave the baby.
You only cool.
And who's mum will look after her?
No, they're coming with me if I go to Holland.
So obviously pregnancy was a bit challenging because you didn't have your friends and family with you. How did you find, like, just in general, the pregnancy and...
First it was alright, but I noticed I was an angry pregnant woman. Like, angry. Even if he was breathing next to me, it was too much. Stop breathing.
She was angry one day. We had an argument over, what by an argument, I mean, I didn't say anything. She was just screaming at me I was leaving, but it was over something daft, like, over nothing, basically, spilt juice on the side. So then I'd gone out for the day and I'd come back at night and all the picture frames. I bought all fancy picture frames with all nice pictures in it.
There was only 2 picture frames. Don't make.
But it was fancy though.
Okay,
so I come through my back garden and they're all smashed in the garden and all that.
But how in the fuck can you like live your fucking pregnant life? Like
because
I got no friends here. We live together. He didn't come home. So I was like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, because you should shout with 24/7.
No.
How long were you out?
Oh, he did in the morning, and then he didn't come at night. The next day somewhere.
You left her for a day.
She was going to kill her.
You left her for a day.
What I tried to do is teach her a lesson.
And he took the car as well.
If you shout at me, and then, I know this sounds bad, but it was done with good intentions. So just,
where were the good intentions?
I just want happiness, right? So if you shout at me, I'll just come back tomorrow.
Just let's say he's a
do you know what
really selfish person.
I was training her.
Oh, shut up. No, he's just selfish.
I am selfish.
Yeah, you are.
Mate, I would have done more than break.
What annoys me.
I would have changed a lot. I would have changed a lot for something.
Oh my god. The thing what annoys me is like, you're like when we're having a fight, like, oh, I will go out, take the car, go to his friends. He got his own friends here. So obviously if you have a fight,
you haven't got anywhere to
can
go.
To your cousin, you can go to your friends. But I'm like still fuming in the house. The car is gone. I can't go anywhere. No friends. So
pregnant.
It's selfish.
Tired because you've been working.
So can you blame me to smash the picture frames of like the picture frames is like his face.
You're actually going mad.
No, because I want to make it clear like why I did that. Your face, and I was looking at that picture.
I'm surprised you had really good self-control because it was only the picture frames. Mate, I would have smashed everything in my house. I'm not even kidding. Even if I wasn't pregnant, I would have smashed everything in that house. I'm not even kidding.
One night I had to come and stay in the attic here where the music's done, the attic. And I was
we're at the RKid space.
I was like an ice pop on the couch all night. I was freezing.
Yeah, but I didn't kick you out the house.
I was scared.
No, you decided.
Scared for your life.
No, he's not scared. No, he wasn't. He was first chilling with his friends here. All his friends left. Yeah, he decided to sleep upstairs. Not my problem if you not go home. If you called upstairs, you got the keys. You can go home.
Right? Can we be happy again?
You could have gone home.
We're gonna be arguing tonight, aren't we?
No,
please don't argue tonight. Let's switch before you do. Sorry. Okay. All right. So obviously that was tough. Talk to us about something happy then. The engagement. How did you get engaged? What happened?
So, because I always seen those YouTube videos about like the gender reveal parties, like with the balloons and everything. So I told you I want that. I want something like that, like with all the friends, family.
Can we just have them all bad?
Yeah.
No, we're getting there. We're telling good stuff now.
So obviously I was like, I want something special to see if it's a boy or a girl, if you're going to have a daughter or a son. So his mom is brilliant, like organizing parties. So I was like asking her, can she do it? But you was doing something else as well.
Yeah, so basically a brother came over.
My mom, my
so
brother.
Kelly mentioned once that she'd like, obviously one day when someone asked her to marry her, I don't know if it was one of his friends, that she'd like him to do it properly and ask your brother and all that.
Yeah, I always told him, like, I would say no if you do it.
You
actually listened to her and did it.
Yeah, because even though I am an animal, I'm also really romantic as well.
No, do you know what? I think that the best part about that is that you listened to something that she'd said probably offhand.
Yeah,
you guys
like ages ago.
And it's something that you just remember.
Yeah. What it is with me is I'm on both scale of extremes, so I'm either really nice or really shit. I'm never normal.
It's
so that's just what I'm like. So I can be, take my socks off home, cut my teeth, go, shouting all day to really nice, and I'm never just normal.
So go on then. So you spoke to a brother.
Yeah, so our brother's just a nice guy from Holland. He's my age. So I went to the Trafford Centre when he came over with him, and I was really, really intimidated to ask him because I thought, what if he said? Because I would want somebody like me marrying my sister. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, deep stuttering and all that. I can have a word with you, please. And I'm acting weird for ages. Like, I think I asked him outside the iPhone shop in the Trafford Centre. And I was like, can I marry your sister? And he was like, of course you can. Well, she said no. No, but what's it called? So then I asked him, and then, we was all staying in a hotel room, and then I did that video.
Yeah, they came over for a few days for the gender reveal party because I told them I want you to be there as well when we find out what the gender is. So obviously I was really excited for that day.
And it was the balloons, wasn't it? And
I wasn't planning the party myself because his mom was doing that, so I didn't know what was like planned, what kind of balloons. So I didn't know anything. I just had to show up that day, like on the gender reveal party, and I will see. So when we got there, he was acting weird, like that nervous. Was like, what? Why? So and he keeps saying, should we just do it now? Like,
did you know? Like when you were acting nervous?
No, because basically in the box where the balloons was, it was going to be blue or pink, but it wasn't. It was gold with "Will you marry me" on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like,
but what happened? What made me so nervous is somebody passed our Lewis by Briggs. He had the engagement ring.
Okay.
So when I come in, he passed it me, but I had shorts on, so kayaki shorts.
Yeah.
So I could see the box in my pocket, so it was making me weird. Like thinking that she'll see it.
She'll know.
So then, because my head went a bit, I kept going, come on, let's do it. She was like, wow, what's so weird?
Yeah, because it was like not everybody was like sitting down and it was just early. I think I just got there for 50 minutes and he was walking around and keep telling me, should we do it now? So I was telling him, no, because everybody's still inside and half of the people are outside. So I want everybody to be there. Just wait. So I was like, why are you being so nervous? So it was annoying me a bit. I was like, fuck's sake, just want something like a gender reveal. So. And then one point we did, so when I opened the box, obviously it wasn't blue, wasn't pink balloons. It was a balloon popped up because it was written down like, will you marry me? But the balloon was twisting a bit, so I was like, what? It's like, and that one point was like, oh my god, and he was there, like turned around like he was there on the floor on his knee.
There's a video of this online, by the way.
I'll put the link in the description because it is the cutest thing I've seen.
And anybody who subscribes to Linda's podcast can get invited to the wedding. Unless it's Shannon. Yeah, you definitely can't.
So that's how he proposed to me.
Very
on
cute.
The gender reveal party.
Was there any part of you that was like, I don't know, maybe I'll say no?
No, she said no. She did say no.
She said no.
I'm only joking.
No.
You're like,
no. Obviously, I say yes straight away.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cute. See, hopefully you guys won't fight now. That's super cute. All right, and then finally, how are you finding being new parents? What is Bo like as a baby? You mentioned that she's sleeping like 10 hours.
10 minutes.
I never see her.
When she was born,
yeah,
the second she got.
The birth was a bit mad. So she was in labour for 24 hours. She was, and then something. It was a difficult birth for her. Well, she's not really for her. She was asleep most of the time.
No, I just had 3 extra girls at the.
I feel like
she was asleep for most of it. She was.
Mate.
No, I was off my
I had to stay up for 24 hours. So she says it was bad. Well, then something went wrong. So she got rushed into theatre. So I was panicking.
It just took too long. At one point, they said the baby needs to come out now because if you water it, she got like 24 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
well, then he was bending you in. Something happened in it. So she was stuck.
She was stuck, so she couldn't get out. But because it was already 24 hours, it's like if she's not coming out now, if you push and she's not coming out now, we have to like do an emergency C-section because she needs to come out now because otherwise it's dangerous, isn't it? If she's not getting out.
Yeah.
So I was stood in a theatre, not the theatre with the doctor's outfit on, just crying my eyes out like while the doctor was walking around there. So I didn't stop crying for about an hour after she was born. Because when you took her out, she didn't move.
This phone knows that we're talking about her.
She didn't move, you know. And then they had to resuscitate her.
Oh, no.
But it seemed like forever, didn't it, Kel?
Yeah, because she wasn't
moving, so it felt like a few minutes. So nobody's obviously telling us what's going on because they're trying to sort the baby out.
Of course.
So they took the baby to the corner of the room, but I could see that the bowl was just.
She was
flat, so
like
not moving. But this went on for a few minutes, so I'm having a panic attack thinking. And then when she did come and she was amazing, I was crying for like a full day, wasn't I?
I was crying sides out. Yeah.
How quickly were you able to go home?
We stayed in hospital for a week.
Yeah, because
what was that like?
Heavy.
It was alright for me. I went off.
You're an asshole.
It was alright.
I didn't sleep one night.
Everybody else's boyfriend stayed on the stool. They had like a stool next to the bed. So everybody else's boyfriend stayed.
I can stay in that chair. It's like, alright, go on then.
So you were just there by yourself?
Yeah.
I had gym in the morning.
Oh, Gringo. Mate.
I run a tight ship.
What ship? What ship is it?
Well, where?
Where is this ship?
I run a tight ship in my house.
It's the fucking Titanic you're running. Right, okay. So then, since then, Gringo mentioned earlier that she's like sleeping 10 hours a night or something.
Oh yeah, she's really good. She sleeps through the night like quite quick.
Yeah, she's good.
So I give her last bottle around 10 o'clock at night. So she had a bath before, then she got a last bottle after 10. And then she sleeps until 10, 11 next day.
Nice.
So I can wake up early, do my own things, get ready, and then I have to wake her up, and then she will wake up, otherwise she's still sleeping.
You're really fortunate.
Yeah, I'm really lucky with that.
How are you finding being a mum?
Great.
Has it made England easier for you?
Yeah, because you got like a mini best friend.
Because you have struggled,
yeah.
Since you've been here, you have struggled, haven't you?
Yeah, obviously, but you can't massively because I'm not from here.
Do you think we'll stay together?
Yes, we will.
What about you, Gringo? How are you finding being a dad?
It's amazing. But easy. I've always changed her once.
I
fed her once. And
you fed her once, changed her once.
I just come in.
How old is Bo?
Obviously, I've got the shop now, so I just come home from work. And then just play with her for an hour. She just had a bottle, so she's dead fun, and give her a cuddle. And
you don't have to cry.
To be fair though, yesterday I picked her up and started crying because I love her so much.
That's cute.
Oh yeah.
That's because I'm so busy, and then when I come home and I realise I can look at her.
And then she was that happy.
It's not about me anymore. You know what? With the problems about it's always been about me for me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort myself out, and it's not about me anymore.
It's not.
I think I was made to be a dad.
Now you've got a little family, you've got to make sure you look after.
But I'm not changing it now.
You got to.
Feels mad.
What about bathing her? Give her a bath or a bed.
I have bathed her once.
God. So I'm going to tell this now, because being pregnant, you can't do a lot of things, like a hairdresser, dye your hair and stuff. So I was desperate to get my nails done, get my hair done. So I went to the hairdresser. You have to mind her for a few hours. That's it, you know. half hour later, he rang me in panic. She pooed everywhere.
No, but let me tell you what's happened, right? So she's been dead good in my room. So I'm staying at my mum's at this point because she's going out. So I'm laying on the bed in my mum's house within the spare room. And I can smell nappy. And I thought, she's weed. I thought, it's only weed. I thought, I'm going to give it a go. So I've been the best dad in the world. I'm skipping through my house. But like, come on, we're going to change you. At this point, I rang Miss Kelly and go, I'm going to do it a bottle as well. So I said, where's the bottles?
You didn't even know where the bottles were?
No, because I'm in my mum's house.
Oh, okay.
I called him in the morning, but he was playing PlayStation. I was like, I will be fine. I was like, Jay, bottles downstairs. The wipes are going, so you have to ask your mum where the new ones is because I know she got a spare one.
So what
I was like, yeah, PlayStation, yeah, bye.
I went downstairs, started changing up, making a bottle on the side in the utility room. So as I take a nappy off, she starts spraying poo like a jet wash, like 2 foot at me. So it's all going on my arms and stuff. So I'm trying to.
Yes, Bo.
So she's pooing, projectiling poo all over me, but it's like a baby poo's like karma.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's going all over me. So I'm trying to stop that. So I've got poo all over me. Then I'm trying to make the bottle. So obviously I had to put the bottle down. I'd never bathed her before. So then I had to take her up to the bath with poo all over her. I'm bathing her. She's laughing her head off my daughter. So I'm bathing her with poo all over me, with milk all over me. Then Kelly comes in, how was it? I said, I'm not doing that again.
Do you know what that is? That's karma.
She got me good.
Yeah, but the thing is, I was thinking, Jay, if you just had listened in the morning and prepare yourself, then you know. But obviously, he was playing the PlayStation.
No, but it was nearly level 100 on Call of Duty.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, babe, we'll be fine, and you can go to the hairdresser.
Did you make level 100?
I did 100.
And then you got shit.
So I couldn't even sit there peacefully at the hairdresser, so he had to.
Well, what she did, with the bottle, it was like the crystal maze. It's like she took the bottle apart and hid pieces all over the house.
No.
So she was like, it's upstairs. So I've got poo on that. It's like the milk was in one room. You know, it was like a bush sugar trial.
I think everyone that listening now knows that. Bullshit, you bullshit. I just got it all together. You just don't listen. I told you where it was. You just didn't listen.
So after that, I said to Bo, listen, life's hard. I spotted her and said, see you when you're 5. I'll be in the shop if you need me.
And she's so easy as well.
Like
such a good baby. Oh.
Did you say like a... Do you know what? Right, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. I'm sure that will give the listeners a good laugh because I certainly had a good laugh from that. Okay, so we'll go on to the final segment of the podcast, and this is called Mahakama. So Mahakama is Swahili for court, well, High Court, and it gives me the opportunity to judge people or things or situations on every episode. So I was on the way here, I was on Reddit, on my favourite subreddit, which is Am I the Arsehole? Have any of you ever read this?
No.
Okay. It's so funny. People basically like put in a scenario that they're in and they'll say, am I the arsehole in this situation? And all the commenters will be like, yeah, you're the arsehole, blah, blah, blah. So because Mahakama is like whether we give somebody mercy or no mercy, I saw a really good one and it happened to have something to do with Dutch. So I thought it's meant to be, right? Yeah. So I'll read it to you and then I'm gonna ask you mercy or no mercy for this person.
Okay.
I'm gonna read you the scenario.
I'll explain it once you say it.
Okay.
Can you say that in Dutch now?
Can I?
Can you tell her in Dutch?
No.
Okay.
Can't do that. There is a bit in Dutch though that you're welcome to read out if you want to do, because I won't be able to. So the question is, or the subject is, am I the arsehole for replying to a rude customer in the language they were speaking in front of me? So this person that's posting this is a Starbucks barista. So she works at Starbucks, and she says, I'm pretty decent with most customers, and I'm pretty good at having convos with customers and sensing when someone just wants to be moved, like just wants the line to be moved forward. So she says she was on the register one day taking people's orders. 2 older men were ordering from me. One of them said a coffee, black, so I just asked to clarify the size that he wanted and the roast, whether he wants blonde, medium or dark. Mm-hmm. To which he first spoke to his friend and said rudely, so I'm going to pass this to you to read in Dutch.
Let me see.
It's just that bit there.
Nou zeg, niet de slimste meid die hier werkt, hè. Ze zouden een beetje kunnen leren om hun hersenen te gebruiken.
What?
Wow.
Okay, so that's what was said, and the poster puts, which is Dutch and translates roughly to.
Oh, she is Dutch.
Yeah, says, "Wow, this is not the smartest girl that works here, huh? They could learn to use their brains a little." Is that pretty much?
Yeah,
what
that's what exactly.
Okay. So then he told me he wanted a medium dark roast. So I nodded and then replied to him in Dutch.
Yeah.
Right, because I was speaking English.
Yeah.
So I replied to him in Dutch, asking him the regular questions I would to complete an order. Anything else to eat or drink today? What was the name of your other drinks? Etc. etc. I was perfectly pleasant and smiley for the rest of the transaction, but I just conducted it in Dutch. He answered the questions in English, but his eyes were bulging out of his head. His friend kind of looked worried and burst out laughing when they walked away. I realised it might not be the best look for someone in service, when my co-worker asked me what it was all about and I explained, she seemed kind of confused as to why I would do that. I don't think it was an arsehole move because I was nice to the guy but I was definitely calling him out and made it clear to him that I understood exactly what he said about me. So she's asking if she's an arsehole. So for me, the question would be, mercy or no mercy for being petty enough to respond in the language when someone's being rude about
well, my immediate response to that would be no mercy, because who the fuck wants to speak Dutch?
I think she did exactly the thing she should do.
Yeah, she was good.
I think, I will do exactly the same.
Because she wasn't rude, but she responded.
She was still doing her job, she was very nice, but she responded in Dutch to let him know.
Because I think
but should she be speaking that Dutch crap anyway?
The guy said something rude to her, but didn't have the balls to say it in English.
Right.
So
what
he
would
said
you
it
have done?
in Dutch because he thinks she won't understand it. So, yeah, I think she did great. I think I would go mental there.
So you're saying mercy?
Yeah.
Mercy for her.
Mercy.
I'm saying mercy for her as well for the same reason, and also because this actually did happen to me. So I was in Nairobi a few years ago in Kenya, and I was in this shopping mall called Village Market, and there were the public toilets in the shopping mall. So I walked in, and there was a cleaner that was in there, and she was doing one of the stalls. And I walked into the first store, and I'm really funny about toilets anyway. Yeah. I walked into the first store, and I didn't like how it looked. So then I walked into the next one, didn't like how it looked. And as I was going into the third one, she's like, "What are you looking for?" in English. And I said back in English, I was like, "Oh, the toilets weren't very clean over there, but this one's okay." So then I walked into the third one. And then another cleaner that she knew had come in. So I'm still in the store, like peeing or whatever. And they start talking in Swahili, saying, and the one that had spoken to me, she was saying all sorts of shit about me. Like she was like, look at these ones over here. I know that she's Kenyan, but clearly she's been brought up in another. I bet she doesn't even speak the language. She thinks she's better than us. Blah 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 blah. Right? I understand every fucking thing. I still speak Swahili, right? Yeah. So I'm in the store and I'm like, this bitch, right?
And then you did think you was better than her after she said it.
And then I was like, I am. No, so I came out of the store and I'm washing my hands and I'm looking at her in the mirror, right? So we're making eye contact and she smiles at me and I smile right back. And then as I'm leaving, I say, "Have a really nice day," but in Swahili, and then walked out. So that's why I'm saying mercy to her, because she was still nice, but she just let him know. No, I understood every fucking
Was it like one of, "Oh no, you didn't" things?
Like, it's just you know exactly. Like, I'm letting you know. I know what you just tried to do. But
and
I'm
that's
still
nice because you could like set something.
Exactly. I could have had an argument. I could have done, and the same with her. She could have been mean. She wasn't. She did her job. She just let you know.
Well, she obviously didn't do her job because the toilets weren't clean.
No, I'm talking about with the person in the arsehole. She was working at Starbucks, so she was doing her job.
Yeah.
Well,
she was still asking all the.
in Starbucks.
I don't know. Do the baristas clean the toilet? They do, don't they? I think they have to go clean the toilets as well.
But you know, you worked in as.
Yeah, it's like. Most of the time, it's the newest persons that have to do it. So, like the people that work there for long, it's like you have to do it.
Why the people who have to take the trees down in the yard?
Yeah, just do it. The toilet's blocked or whatever, just fix it.
So the newbie has to just get on with it. Nice. Well, thank you so much for doing this, guys.
It's
been a pleasure.
It's been my first double guest. Like normally there'll be other people in the room. Double Dutch.
Wow.
Normally there'll be other people in the room and they'll start talking, but they won't actually guest. Whereas this time we've got 2 guest co-hosts, which is amazing.
I enjoyed it.
Thanks. I'm
So
glad you did.
That was fun.
Were you less nervous than you thought you'd be then in the end?
I felt like I was under questioning. Yeah, but it was fun. To be honest, I was more nervous about what she'd say. And I got away with a few things, so happy days.
Because he got no filter. He literally got no filter. Sometimes he just said something and just look
and
at it.
sound like a proper arsehole.
Yeah.
Which you probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what I mean.
You know what you mean. All right. Well, thank you for letting us use the space as well. We're over at the RKid Vape and CBD shop. If you are in Manchester, I'll put the address in the description.
1% off today.
You get 1% off today, apparently, which is too late. By the time this comes out,
you're not going to get it.
So you're not getting it, even though you really wanted that 1%, I'm sure. But yeah, do you want anyone to follow you on social media or anything that you're doing?
Yeah, please follow the RKid podcast on YouTube, which is myself and Bison Briggs. Please follow the Instagram for RKid Vape and CBD, and please follow me on Grindr.
All right, guys. So, what about you, Kelly? Is there anything you want to?
Not really. I'm not very active on social media. It's more.
Who thinks Kelly should be?
What?
Who thinks you should be more active? You've got a Twitter with 6 friends. It's like your life in England.
Because in Holland we don't use Twitter.
I'm sorry.
What do you tend to use more in Holland?
We just use like Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
No one really uses Twitter in Holland, so yeah, got no mates on Twitter. Got no mates in England.
Oh, bless you.
I hurt myself today.
Well, follow at Pod of Mercy on Twitter and Instagram for details on more episodes and clips and stuff. We'll put out new episodes every other Wednesday, and I'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.